Hello, my dear children. Welcome back. How have you all been? We are in the 6th episode of Ramayana today. Shall we do a quick recap on the previous episode? Can you tell me the previous part of the story? Okay, let me give you a clue. Who is this cute little boy? What did you say? Did I hear you scream in loud voice? Did you say Hanuman? Yes, my dear children. We met our best friend and superhero Hanuman, isn't it? I love him too. We saw how Hanuman became a giant and flew to Lanka to search for Sita and how he met Sita there. We also saw how he set fire to Lanka while coming back, isn't it? Well, let us continue the story from here. After Hanuman returns to Lanka, Ravana's brother Vibhishana comes to meet Ravana. He tells Ravana, "Ravana, please listen to me. Rama is very powerful and people say that he is reincarnation of Vishnu himself. Please do not fight with him. Please let us release Sita and save our kingdom and people." Ravana gets angry. He says, "People will laugh at me and say that I am a coward. I will not release Sita." He sent Vibhishana out of his kingdom. Vibhishana left Lanka and flew to Rama. He tells Rama that he tried saving Sita from Ravana, but Ravana would not listen. Vibhishana says, "I want to fight for the good cause, Rama. Can I join you in this war against Ravana to get Sita back?" Rama was happy at Vibhishana's thought and agrees to join him. Rama promises Vibhishana that he will be the new king of Lanka. Children, do you remember me telling you that there were no boats or ships in the olden days? And not all of Vanarasena had superpowers like Hanuman to fly across the ocean. So how could all the Vanarasena cross this ocean? Rama prayed to the ocean god for help. The ocean god promised to help Rama and his army by supporting the bridge that can be built to Lanka. Children, can you tell me what happens when you throw a stone into water? Does it sink or float? Yes, it sinks, isn't it? But do you know that there was a miracle that happened when Hanuman and his Vanarasena were building this bridge? They used big trees and rocks to build this bridge. We all know that wood floats in water, isn't it? But should not the rocks sink? But the rocks used to build this bridge was floating. Rama asks Hanuman, "How are these rocks floating?" Hanuman says, "If you can pray to God with full devotion, the God will see to that the rock floats." Rama does not believe it. He prayed to God and threw a rock into the ocean. It immediately sank. Then he looks at Hanuman with surprise and asks him, "How is that your rocks are floating?" Hanuman then shows each of his rock had a writing on it. It said Rama. Children, did you know that Hanuman was a big devotee of Rama himself? Yes, you heard it right. Hanuman used to worship Rama. It is said that every time you worship Hanuman, your prayers reach Rama. And if you keep calling Rama, Hanuman comes to your rescue. Hanuman is where Rama is. So, this is the power of bhakti or devotion, my dear children. Even the God cannot stop you when you pray to him with devotion. Miracles happen. Thus Rama and the Vanarasena cross this bridge and reach Lanka. Then the battle or war starts at Lanka between Rama's army and Ravana's army. Ravana lost a lot of soldiers and gets scared that he might lose the war. So he wakes up his giant brother Kumbhakarna. Children, this is again my favorite part of the story. I'm sure you will like it too. Kumbhakarna was a huge demon. He was very big and tall, taller than a mountain. He used to love eating yummy food. He used to eat a lot of food and sleep for many days without eating anything. He used to sleep as long as 6 months in a year. He used to be in so much of deep sleep that nothing could wake him up, not even the sound of drums or horn or other musical instruments. Can you see in the picture that they are trying to wake him up by making a lot of noise? Well, he did have one weakness. He loved food so much that the mere smell of yummy food could wake him up. So Ravana offers food to Kumbhakarna to wake him up. After Kumbhakarna is awake, Ravana sends him to the war to kill Rama and his soldiers. Kumbhakarna comes to the battlefield and starts killing and eating Vanarasena. Rama gets angry and fights with Kumbhakarna and kills him. Ravana gets even more scared that he will lose the war. So he tells his son Indrajit to go and fight in the war. Indrajit was very strong and powerful with a lot of magical powers. He fought from the clouds so that people could not see him clearly. One of Indrajit's special power was his snake arrow. As soon as he shot the snake arrow at Rama and Lakshmana, a huge snake came and circled them and held them tightly. 1,000 snakes surrounded them. Hanuman then prayed to Garuda, a special eagle bird which was enemy of the snakes. Garuda comes and rescues Rama and Lakshmana. Rama was alright, but Lakshmana was very hurt and was lying on the ground. Then the person who looked after Lakshmana said that only the plant called Sanjeevani can save Lakshmana's life. Sanjeevani was a magical plant which was only found on Sanjeevani Parvata in Himalayas. Hanuman said that he will get this plant soon and flies to Himalayas. But at Himalayas, he sees so many plants that he does not understand which one is Sanjeevani. So he grows so big, bigger than the Himalayas. He lifts the entire Sanjeevani Parvata and flies to Rama. Rama gives the Sanjeevani herb to Lakshmana and the other wounded Vanara soldiers. All of them heal and they wake up. Lakshmana was now stronger than before. He fought with Indrajit bravely and killed him. Now began the great battle between Ravana and Rama. Children, have you noticed that Ravana has more than one head? He had 10 heads in total. But did you know, children, that Ravana was just like us when he was born? He had only one head. Then how did he get 10 heads? Remember that I had told you in my earlier episodes about Yagna and Tapasya? People in the olden days used to do Tapasya and pray to God and get powerful boons from them. Like this, Ravana was doing Tapasya to pray to God Brahma long ago. He prayed and prayed for many years, but Brahma did not appear to Ravana. So Ravana decided to sacrifice his own life. He chopped his head off as a sacrifice, but he did not die. One more head grew back. So he chopped that head too, and another head grew back. After chopping his head for 10 times, God Brahma was very happy and came to see Ravana. He gave the boon to Ravana that he shall have 10 heads. Children, Ravana was known to be very intelligent and smart at his time. He had the intelligence of 10 people. Rama was very good at shooting arrows. Rama went to shoot at the 2 heads of Ravana. Ravana's head fell off, but 2 more heads grew back. Children, have you ever heard of an animal called Hydra? Hydra was a mystical sea animal which had many heads. It could breathe fire from its mouths like dragons. But do you know what made Hydra so scary? It was very difficult to kill it. If you cut one off its head, 2 more heads used to grow back immediately. The more you try to kill it, the more dangerous it becomes. Ravana was just like this Hydra. Thus, during this battle between Rama and Ravana, Rama understands that killing Ravana by cutting his head will not help. For every head of Ravana falls, 1 more will grow back. Then Ravana's brother Vibhishana tells Rama that Ravana's life is in thighs. But Rama does not agree to shoot the arrow to that spot as it was not honorable and a cowardly act. So Hanuman prays to wind god to blow wind while Rama is shooting so that the arrow hits Ravana's thighs. Rama shoots the arrow and it pierces Ravana's thighs and he dies. Thus children, Rama, Lakshmana and Hanuman won the war against Ravana. Rama makes Vibhishana as the king of Lanka. Rama frees Sita and takes her back to Ayodhya. Rama, Lakshmana, Sita and Hanuman fly to Ayodhya in a flying machine called Pushpaka Vimana. They are welcomed by the people of Ayodhya by lighting thousands of lamps everywhere on a moonless night. Rama gets crowned as the king of Ayodhya and Sita as the queen. Rama rules the kingdom of Ayodhya along with his other brothers Lakshmana, Bharata and Shatrugna. Children, this finishes the story of Ramayana. Are you sad that this is the last episode of Ramayana storytelling? Oh, please don't be sad. There are many short stories of Ramayana that I have not told you yet. I will be telling you these stories shortly. Now, before we end this episode, I want to ask you something. Can you look at this picture and tell me which festival this is? Okay, I will give you a clue. We built big idols of Ravana with 10 heads and shoot an arrow lit with fire at Ravana's idol. The idol burns in fire. Did I hear you say Dashara? Yes, you're right. Now, can you tell me which festival is this? We lit a lot of lights and burst crackers. Yes, it is Diwali. Dashara and Diwali are two most important festivals we celebrate in India. These two festivals are celebrated to mark the victory of good over evil. Rama killed Ravana to free Sita during Dashara. That is why we celebrate Dashara. Rama returned to his home at Ayodhya during Diwali, and that is why we celebrate Diwali. Okay then children, we have come to the end of this episode. Did you like today's story? I am sure you have enjoyed listening to the superheroes fight with demons today, isn't it? Children, if you have liked today's episode, please click on like button and subscribe to our channel. Speak to you all soon. Bye bye.